No, I certainly had thoughts of retirement in 2018 when my contract was coming to an expiration, and my arm was also expiring. I had just horrible pains in my outside of my arm, and if you go back and look at that tape of me pitching, trying to get through games in 2000, really the middle of 17 on, and then all the way into 18. That was really, really tough. I thought I was retiring for sure during the middle of that season. Actually, in my mind, I did retire. Um, but my teammate, Dominic Leone, I had stopped throwing. My arm wasn't recovering. Rehab wasn't working. And my teammate, Dominic Leone, he needed a throwing partner. And our trainer was not able to, really play catch with him very effectively out to a certain distance. And so I said, hey, what's worse can happen? I hurt my arm, it's already blown out, so it doesn't matter. So I went out there with him and I tried every single way, underarm and sidearm and whatever. And he got back to a certain distance where I'm like, all right, I got to just throw this like a baseball. And then I just took in my delivery, I took my arm back just a hair longer in the beginning. And it kind of got my arm past the point of that, because when I was pitching before that, every time I threw a pitch, I heard those bones hit in the backside of my arm.
Oh, wow.
Bam, bam, bam. And that developed a real nasty bone bruise in there and a microfracture. And I was pitching with a broken arm. It was really, really tough, man. That's the most pain I've ever had pitching by a lot, not even close. And I've had to, when you pitch as long as I do, you have to pitch through some things. You have to grind through some things. But that was just really, really, really painful. Every throw, I had to pump myself up for it. And I was getting the stomach ache on every throw. It was hurting so bad. And then for whatever reason, when I extended my arm just a hair longer in the back, it got me past whatever point of that was where I was bumping bones. And I was able to start throwing it back to him. And I started, well, golly, this doesn't, this is okay. I can make that work. And as he got back farther, I got back farther with him and started throwing the ball with him. And I always tell him he got me back, because I came back at the end of that year and pitched. And I know I would have never done that if it wasn't for his need for a throwing partner. So he always tells me I got him back and he got me back. It was like a good partnership. But I'm always going to be thankful for that, because in my mind I was done.
Wow, that's an amazing story. I never heard you tell that one before. Here's a question. Last year, you got to watch Albert and Yadi go through their last season. And I'm curious, what did you learn from watching them experience what they got to experience? Albert celebrated by spending a couple months as the best hitter in baseball. So that might be a plan.
Yeah.
Right.
I would love to celebrate this year as being one of the best hitters in baseball. That'd be great. I would love that. They took that opportunity from me, though, Dougie.
Yeah.
You know what, though? I thought it was really fun watching Albert go through that, especially. Yadi's career speaks for itself, too. But watching Albert his final year, what sticks out the most was the joy that he was playing with. He was having so much fun playing the game of baseball, the game that he loved and has always played. And he was he's an older fellow. He was having to do things a little differently than when he did at a younger age, and making fun of that. Having fun with figuring out new ways to do things and coming up with different leg kicks, or and then about midway through the year, he really figured out where his body needed to be in space to make a good swing through the zone. And after that, it was just all she wrote, like he used to do. But what really sticks out to me is the joy that he played with. And I really think that's something I'm going to try to do this year. And I've been trying to do this the last couple of years, enjoying like all the different cities at a different level and eating all the best restaurants that I love going to, and making sure I go to the golf courses that I really love playing, and trying new things that I never did on the road, going out and seeing the cities. There's so many times we as baseball players get stuck in the mode of, I go to the hotel, I go to the field, I come back to the hotel, I go to sleep, I wake up, I go work out, I go to the field. And you don't get really this, if you don't allow it, there's no time to really enjoy the game of baseball and those great parks. And so I started going on these old man walks and really seeing the stadiums behind the scenes kind of thing. But I really think this year, what I really want to accomplish is, as I'm performing out on the field, just remember how fun that is. You know, I think I would regret it if I didn't do that.